All right, welcome everyone to the Forex trading call. Today we're going to be talking specifically about high frequency Forex, which is also known as HFX. It is okay if you do not know anything about it. That's why you're here. That's why we hold these calls, to be able to plant the seed and invite you in to learn some of the language and also take some live trades with us. So I'm going to share my screen. Definitely encourage you all to have a pen and paper to take notes with, or take notes on your computer, or however you're going to do that, because we're going to be sharing a lot of information. Okay. So can you see my, okay. Put a 2 in the chat if you can see my screen. All right, beautiful. So we were just listening to Eric Thomas, who is also known as the hip hop preacher. If you liked that, here is the video for you to watch it for yourself and share out. Okay, let's get right on into it. So first, I'm going to provide some context so we know what we're dealing with here. So this is what we call our four-way cash flow quadrant. As you can see, the largest quadrant is 60% of people in the workforce. The 60% of people are the folks who work for someone else. These are the employees. You might fall into this quadrant. I fall into this quadrant. I work for someone, I have a job, and I am paid a salary. Folks in this quadrant are either paid a salary or a wage. Now, the thing about this quadrant, it's amazing because we have a clear idea of how much money we're going to make in a particular set of time. However, this quadrant has the least amount of control and the least amount of freedom. And the reason for that is because your employer is the one who is deciding how much you make over a certain amount of time and whether or not you get raises and how much those raises are going to be. Not only that, your employer has to give us permission to take a lunch break, to take just a general wellness break, or even to take time off. So say you want to spend some time with your family or friends, you want to take like a week off. Oftentimes we have to ask permission to do that, and our employer has the power to say no. Okay, so we don't have as much control or freedom over our time. For the third largest quadrant, we're looking at 35% of people who work for themselves. These are the sole proprietors. These are folks who have S Corps or the sole members of LLCs. Now, this is a great position to be in because you have more control. You can decide when you want to take a break, when to go to the bathroom, how long of a lunch break you want to take. You could take a 2-hour lunch if you really wanted to, because you're your own boss. You can also decide how much money you make dependent on how hard you work. But again, your money is dependent on the time and the effort and the life force you put in to make that money. So if you stop working, if you take a vacation, you don't have paid time off when you're self-employed. So you still don't have as much control over your money, because how much money you make is dependent on you working. You still got to trade your time for money. Now, the 4% are the business owners. These are your CEOs. These might be your LLCs who have employees, your C Corps or full-on corporations. And this quadrant, though smaller, actually has more power and control over their time and how much money they make than the first two larger quadrants. And that's because they're not trading their time for money. They're trading other people's time for money. Okay, so they can be on vacation and still be making some coins in their sleep, right? Okay, so the fourth quadrant, this is the small sliver at the top, the blue sliver, that is your 1%. And these are the folks who have decided to learn how to invest. Most likely they invested their own time and money to master a skill that allows them to understand how to take advantage and leverage the moves of different markets, whether that's what we're going to be talking about, the foreign exchange market or the real estate market, or the stock market, right? These are the folks who know how to leverage their money and put their money in positions where their money is making money. So the thing that's working is the money, not the person. So when you're an investor, you're actually learning how to make money without having to work. Your money is working for you. So today, we're going to talk about an aspect of the foreign exchange market called HFX. They are the same market, and the foreign exchange market is a 24-hour market. So it's open Monday through Sunday. It actually opens Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and closes at Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is an amazing thing because there's more opportunity to make money, unlike the stock market that closes Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. and doesn't open until 9 a.m. So you can place a trade at 2 a.m. and go to bed and wake up to money in your pocket. We literally do this every single day. I'm part of a network of investors and traders who do this regularly. And not only that, the foreign exchange market trades a whopping 5.6 to 7 trillion dollars a day. This is much bigger than the stock exchange, which most folks tend to be familiar with. So definitely want to put you on to this market. Okay, so let's go over some of the basics. The market tends to move in two directions, up and down. There's technically a third direction, which is sideways. That's called consolidation. You can write all of that down and do some research. I'll go over some of that. So in this image, you can see the blue, what we call candles, those little columns. Those are what we call the bullish market because it's moving up. That is a buyer's market. So you can see the upward momentum of the market where this image begins. And then it gets to a high point. There is some consolidation. You can see that sideways market. It's not really moving up or down. And then it flows down, indicated by the red columns, what we call candles. And that is your bearish market. Okay, so an up market, a buyer's market is bullish. A seller's market is a bear market, a bearish market. You may have heard these terms in other arenas. So what we want to do is figure out when to get into the market for a buy or a sell. In foreign exchange, you can make money either direction. I can get in for a sell when I see the market is at a high point and about to just fall. The market always cycles up and down. So when it cycles up for a while, we know that it's got to turn around. It can't just keep going up forever, right? So we mark up our chart and we identify what that high point is likely going to be and get into the market for a sell. But when the market sells, we make our money, boom, close the trade, and we can actually get back in the market for a buy when it hits that low point, right? So you can see this zigzag movement in this image. We're selling high and buying low. When the market goes up, we get in for a sell. When the market drops low, we get in for a buy because we know that it's going to cycle up after it's dropped for a while. So this image is depicting what you're going to see when we take live trades tonight. And this is our broker. So we actually enter our trades into the brokerage platform, into the binary HFX platform. Today, we're going to be using pocket option. All right, so you can check out the link in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube later, the link in the description will be a link to a broker called Pocket Option for you to practice this either in demo, and eventually you can open up a real account and make some real money. So here you can see the market has been dropping, and then there's what we call a pullback where it went up slightly. And in this image, there is a red line with a red triangle. That is the entry point. So this entry is a 2-minute trade for $10. So this person risked $10. And as long as the market is below that entry line, is below that red line, by the time that 2-minute trade expires, you get that $10 plus $7, a 70% payout based off of what you're risking. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's right below the line or way below the line. As long as the market is below your entry point, you get that 70% profit. Okay, we'll talk about the percentages a bit later when we start to enter trades. So here in this example, this person actually won the trade. So they got the $10 that they risked back, plus that $7, which is 70% of that $10. Again, with HFX, you're trading based off of time. So you can set the expiry time at 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 15 minutes, even 30 minutes. And that's all based off of your analysis, right? So the market tends to cycle in 5-minute increments. So we tend to place 2 to 3 minute trades depending on the time. And we use particular signals that call out trades. And again, we're going to see that when we take some live trading. But that's basically it. That's what you need to know. You're going to decide how long the trade is going to be. In this example, it was 2 minutes. You place a buy, which is indicated here as a call, the green button, or a put, which is a sell, the red button, based off of your analysis and based off the signal that is called by the particular strategy that we use. And again, as long as the market is below the entry point, when you enter in a sell, you get the money. If you enter in a buy, as long as the market is above your entry point, you get your money. So this person made a $7 profit in 2 minutes. You have people who are working for entire hours for $7 and some change. So imagine how life-changing that can be, to know that you can make however much money you want, depending on your analysis and how much you're risking, in just a few minutes. This is what we consider financial freedom. This is a vehicle for financial freedom. All you need to do is invest the time and the money to access resources to master this skill. So we're going to give you a little taste of that today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I am going to pass it over to my business partner. His name is Jamero, who is going to go over the trading platform for us. And then we're doing some trades. So definitely be ready. Have your pocket option demo account, not a real account. Have your demo account for us to practice trading. Okay, Jamero, it is on you.
All right, definitely appreciate you and your portion of the call and giving people the information to change the situation. My name is Mercer Millions, and I am here to show you guys the trading portion of the 3-day trial. You guys probably came across this from YouTube, somebody from the internet, and they told you that it was a free trial and you're gonna learn how to trade. So Muriel's definitely gonna show you why we trade, and give you the background and the history of why we're doing this whole thing, so you can get a greater understanding. And on my portion, I'm actually going to give you the hands-on and actually show you how to use the platform and trade. So first step is we want to make sure you guys have your pocket options or whatever trading broker you have available. We're going to use pocket options today. So if you don't have it, then check the link in her bio or her comment section and go ahead and download it and follow along. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see my pocket options. So give me 1 second to get that pulled up. And we're going to go over some simple steps on just how to buy and sell. And hopefully we can actually make some money by using the tools that we use every day in the markets. So can you guys see my screen? Go ahead and type a 1 in the chat box if you can see my screen. You can see my pocket option screen. All right, cool, perfect. So this is the pocket options broker. This is what we're going to be trading on. So we're going to go over the most essential parts of this so you guys can know exactly how to utilize it and make some trades in your demo so you can get handy with it. Maybe you know, check out our strategies and use them on your own and make a little money on your own time. So first things first, we want to figure out how to buy and sell. Those are most important buttons on the screen. So what I want you guys to pay attention to is these buttons right here. These are called call and put options. So the green is a call and the red is a put, and it's the same as buy and sell. So when we get to the program that we trade on, the app that we trade on, we're going to see, we're going to give you a set of numbers and we're going to say at this number, you're going to either buy or sell. Or I'm just going to say, you know, you can go ahead and get in at this number or lower or this number and higher. We'll get to that in a little bit, but it's very simple, buy and sell right here. All right, the next thing that you want to pay attention to is the price point. Okay, so we're all trading in our demo accounts right now. I have 2,300 in my demo right now. So just for demo's sake, we want to show you guys how fast we can actually make $100 plus. Okay, and so you can change your amount right there based on what you have in your account. The next most important thing here is going to be your timer. So we're going to be doing 3-minute trades because that's what we were taught to do by our instructors on our platform. They say 3-minute trades are the highest probability trades on the platform that we trade on. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we want to make sure you're on a set timer. So how you get to the set timer, you just go ahead and hit that flag button, and it's going to change your expiration time. So yours might say a different number, it may say 5 minutes or 4 minutes. I want you guys to go ahead and change this to 3 minutes. So you can just go ahead and click the plus or minus and change that to 3 minutes because we're going to be doing 3-minute trades. So 3-minute trades, you should have a demo account for it with about $1,000 in it. So you can go ahead and put in about $100 trade, and this is a buy and sell, okay? So those are going to be the most important pieces that we want to know right now to trade with, okay? So next thing is how do we find the pairs that we want to trade? So as you guys can see, I have a bunch of different currency pairs up here. Now, what are currency pairs exactly? Currency pairs are two different pairs in the foreign exchange market. And when one goes up or down, it makes the market go up or down. And that actually depicts on when we do buys or sells. So first off, I'm actually going to go ahead and close all these out. So I don't want to confuse you guys. And what I want you to go is to the top left. And I want you to go right here to this drop down menu. And this is how you find all of the pairs. So when we get started, we're going to call out a certain pair. So let's just say if we say Euro GBP, you can go right there to Euro GBP and you can go ahead and click that star. The star is to favorite it so it can stay up here. So I'll go ahead and click a couple of them so you can see. So if there's a certain pair that you like or certain pairs that you feel like you're going to be trading, you can go ahead and hit the star. But for right now, we're just going to look at GBP just for the example. And that's going to be the pair that we're going to trade. So let's go ahead and click on that, and you can see the chart change. So now we're on GBP. All right. The next thing is these percentages. I know you're wondering, what do these percentages mean? So the percentages are the percentage of the payout. So when we trade, it's not going to be 1-to-1. It's not going to be you risk $100 and you make $100. Based on what's going on in the market, they give us different percentages. We try to pick percentages that are 70% or higher to give us the greatest payouts. So of course, if we put in $100 bid and we win, we're going to get $70. So it's going to be $170 back total. Okay. So anytime that you're trading in live or demo, well, in demo, it really doesn't matter, but in live, you just want to make sure you get something 70%. If we see a setup for a lower percentage, we'll take it, but that's not something that we will take in the real market because once again, we want to make sure we get the most out of our money. We might just take it just to show you guys a good setup, but that's of course what demo is for, so we can get the practice in, okay? As far as the way my chart looks, don't worry about that. These are just some indicators I personally like to use. So you don't have to set these indicators up on yours yet, though that was just set up from when I was trading earlier. So don't worry about that. But if you do decide to use indicators, you can actually turn them on and off with the little I button right here. So if if your chart is getting a little too cluttered, you can always hit these I's and take it off the screen. Okay, so I'm going to leave them up because I want to get an extra confirmation just so we can get the most highly probable trade. All right, so that is the interface. You got your buy and your sales, your money, your timer, how we're gonna pick our actual trades. This right here is to show the different candles last. So if your candles doesn't look like mine, you might be on a different chart type. So we have the area, candles, bars, and Hakanashi, okay? So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go to the candles so ours can look the same. So go to the candle view, and then also under time frame, I want you to go under 1 minute. Okay, we're going to be doing 3-minute trades. I personally like the way 1 minute candles look so I can see the movement of each candle so I can get the most accurate position. So you can go ahead and hit that M1 to make sure you get 1 minute candles. Okay, so at this point, everything should be looking the same on our charts. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to a tool that we use called Hourglass. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that real quick. All right, so now this is the Hourglass tool. Now this is might look like rocket science to you, but that's okay because this is a program that we learned how to use in our academy. And it basically shows us the best entry points in the market and shows us how to get in, make money in minutes, okay? So this is something that we're gonna be taking our trades off of. So this is basically like our cheat sheet. We wanna find the most highly probable trade, and we do it by a point system. So each section in here gives us a point, and we want to get as many points as possible. So if we find something that has 3 points, that's considered an average trade. 4 is good, and 5 is excellent. So we want to make our trades based off of that, and also our skill sets and what we see. So as of right now, what we're going to do, me and Muriel, we're going to look through the charts and try to find the most highly probable sale, and then a high probability sale. Then we're going to go ahead and call it out. So for example, we're on USD JPY. The United States dollar versus the Japanese yen. And if we say we want to go ahead and put in a buy at 110, 195, the 195 is the most important part. You want to go back to your pocket options and look at your numbers right here and find those last 3 numbers that we call out so you can actually see the actual entry point. Okay, so right now we're just going to go ahead and search through. Might take us a couple minutes. We're going to take our time. We don't want to rush because we want to make sure you guys make some money, even if it's in a demo account. And we're going to show you guys the process of how we trade. This could take anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes, but you know, some people only make maybe $15, $20, $30 at their job an hour. We can actually make $100 plus based on what you have in your account in a couple of minutes. So I want you guys to think about how much time you can save and how convenient this is going to be for you in your investment journey. So we're going to go ahead and search some pairs for you, and then go ahead and put in some trades. Just stay tuned. We're going to let you know which pair to pick and when to get in. So we're going to search through this, and we're going to take our time to make sure we get a good setup for you guys. And Muriel, whatever is catching your eye, let me know and we can check it out. I think Euro USD is going to be a good setup for a buy. I just want to make sure we don't get in too early because sometimes I tend to get in a little early, but I am going to go ahead and look at it. Euro USD. So we got the Euro stronger than USD, so that's in our favor. It's been on a drop for a long time. Hit this support right here. It's outside the band, so you already know once it's outside the bands, then it's going to eventually bounce in, and we got the stochastic and the RSI very low. So hopefully this can push up. If we get a good rejection, then that'll be a good buy. So right now it's selling. It's what I noticed sometimes is when we get the buy, it might not like super jump up, but then we'll get another buy. So let's just see how that plays out. So I'm going to go ahead and look at it. Euro USD. So if you guys want to pull that up, you can go over here and find Euro USD. So here we go, right here, Euro USD. I'm going to go ahead and hit that favorite so you guys can keep it at the top. And I'm going to click it, and let's see what we're looking at. So it's in a very strong downtrend. A rule of thumb is not to trade against the trend, but what we're looking for is for it to hit rock bottom because it's outside of the bands, and it's been outside of the bands for a while. Price tends to go inside the bands 80% of the time, 80 to 90% of the time. So when it's outside the bands, we're actually looking for a strong bounce on the inside. On these trades, sometimes if you take it a little too early, it might not hit rock bottom and keep plummeting. So this might take a little while to actually manifest. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at some other pairs and wait on this because it still looks like it's a strong push to the downside. So I wanted to hit the rock bottom and then actually pop up. So I'm gonna look at something else in the meantime and keep our eye on that. And maybe we'll get on that before the call is over. So let's check out something else. Okay, so Euro is super strong. So let's check that out. Think this might be a little pullback that we might be able to hop in. Euro JPY. Also, guys, every 5 minutes we get a new signal. So right now it's 9:28 my time. In 2 minutes we get a new signal, and that's when we like to actually get into the trades. We don't want to get in the trade too late because we might get a different signal. So we're gonna check out Euro JPY and see if we can get a buy signal for that. So I'll go ahead and pull this down again. Euro JPY right here. I'm gonna go ahead and favorite that. And it's right there. So we see this breakout. This is the pullback. We're looking to catch it back on the way to the top. So hopefully we can get a buy signal, another buy signal. And if so, then I feel like we should go ahead and take that for a 3-minute trade. So we have 1 minute left. So let's just see what signal we get. And when you guys learn market structure, you guys will see exactly what we see. You'll learn break and retest. You'll learn market structure, and you can actually pretty much like just see where the market is going to go before it goes. So right now we're just waiting 1 more minute till the next signal. So the last signal was a buy, so hopefully it gives us another buy, but it's looking like a good buy setup to me. This looks like a nice little rejection area. All right, let's see what signal we get for Euro JPY. All right, so we got another buy signal with a score of 3, so that's great. So let's go ahead and look at it over here, and it looks good to me. If I get another little push down, I'm gonna go ahead and put in that 3-minute buy. Make sure you're on 3 minutes. I like to kind of catch it on a pullback. Pullback basically means when it goes against you, so then it can push back up. So I'll just try to get my best position. Let's see what number they give us to get in at. So they're saying get in at 775 or lower. Let's see where we're at. So right now we're at 785. So when we get back down to 775 or close to it, we'll go ahead and put in a buy. So hopefully we get a pullback. If we get a pullback, that'll be a great setup for us. We're just looking for a price to drop a little bit in our favor so we can have a little bit better entry. So we all know it's going to go up, as we see it's going to go up, but this is all about timing and making sure we just get in at a great position. So sometimes you can be right about the trade and it can go in a direction you want it to go in, but if you don't get in at a good position, then sometimes you may lose a trade. So you see the hourglass is accurate. It's giving us an up score for a buy, for a call, and you see prices going up. I could have got in at any point, but me personally, like I said, I want to get a little bit of a red push down so I can get the best position. We have 5 minutes, we're only 1 minute in, so there's a little bit of a red candle. So I definitely want to get it pushed down a little bit closer to the 775. So let's see if we can just get our ideal setup. And if it just continues to push up, you guys can see that the call was accurate. It said it was going in a buy, and we see that it's going in a buy. So I wanted to push down a little bit more, guys. So yeah, 775 is the number. 775 is right here below that white line. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of rejection. So just hoping it'll do what we want it to do so we can go ahead and get into this trade. And even if it doesn't come all the way down to the 775, I'll take it. I just want to get some type of push down before it pushes up. And we're at 932. So I might just take it because I'm feeling like, okay, here we go. Thank you. Took a little longer than expected. I need a little bit more of a push. There we go. Come on down. Come on down. As you can see, the market is doing exactly what we're saying. So, you know, like after you guys get into the program and the system and learn a little bit more, you guys will see more and more. So I feel like this is close enough, and it's getting to 933. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is put in that buy right now. You guys can go ahead and put in that buy for 3 minutes. 3-minute buy, 3-minute buy. If it pushes down a little bit more, it's okay. We have 3 minutes for it to push back up. We get in a call score of 3. The euro is stronger than JPY, so that means the market is going to trend to the upside because euro is pushing the price. So euro is a lot stronger, so that is in our favor. So with us knowing that the euro is stronger and the price is going to go up, we caught it in a little bit of a pullback to get in the best position. And at this point, we're just waiting for the market to go up. So we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and let's see what happens. So this is still a good spot to go ahead and put in a buy because it's doing what's called consolidation. Consolidation means it's not really making a decision or if it wants to go up or down yet. So we're getting a cool little push up. So let's hope it continues to push up so we can get that $166 because we're at a 66% on this pair. And this game is all about patience, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know, a little bit of patience and a little bit of skill set can make you a lot of money. And if we happen to lose a trade, it's okay because we do something called risk management. With risk management, we only risk a certain part of our account, 3 to 5% daily. So we don't put ourselves in a position where, you know, we got a $100 account and we're making $80 trades. You know, we want to make sure we leverage properly. So your account can last and you can compound it little bit by little bit. The purpose of compounding is basically if you can keep your money in the bank, on average, you're probably making less than 1% in most bank accounts, unless you have a high yield bank account. But for the most part, if you got like a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America, you're probably making less than 1%. So our goal and what we decided we wanted to do was try to grow our percent on our account. 5 to 8%, or if you become more of an expert trader, then you can shoot for a higher percentage. But that's just a lot better than what you get in a regular bank account. And it's just a way to make your money work for you. And like Muriel said it earlier, we want to be a part of that 1%. Now, how do you become a part of that 1%? By making your money work for you, you know, making your dollars, letting your dollars make dollars. And this is what we're doing. And this is how we're compounding. All right, so I have 35 seconds left. I got the drop that I was looking for earlier, but it came at a little bit of a late time. So hopefully it pushes back up, but that's actually the drop that I was looking for to get it to come back down to that 775 area. So got in a little bit early, but let's see what happens. It's so funny, Muriel. I was waiting for that drop the whole time. And what time is it? So let's see what signal it at. Let's see if it gave us another buy actually. Okay, it's giving us a sell now. But that's actually the price that we was looking for it to get and bounce off of. So we didn't get that one, it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and, wow. I love it. I literally called that. I said, sometimes I get into the trades too early and see, and that's what happens. I said I wanted to get in at 775 and I saw it was very stagnant right here. I thought it was done with the push, but literally, if you guys see, it literally reacted at 775. So I didn't follow exactly because I felt like it wasn't going to drop all the way down. But, you know, lesson learned. Now I know how accurate our tools are. Like, I think it should still be up on the hourglass, but it literally said buy at 775. And the whole time we were waiting for 775, and it was a little bit stagnant, but you see we got the bounce and it shot right up into our direction. So I still take that as a win, and this is why we trade in demo, because we're not risking any real money, but you guys can see, and maybe depending on when you actually took your buy, you might have won that trade. I got in a tad bit too early, and that's okay. So I just wanted to show you guys how the app work, and if you guys can see, actually, you can see the app works, and you can see how accurate it is. What I want to go ahead and do now is show you how we compound our accounts, okay? So you can actually go to this website, this compound calculator, and this is the concept that we all have and we all put our team on to actually make money and actually build money and build wealth in the long run, okay? So for instance, let's say if you started with a $100 account, right? Let's say we only want to shoot for 5% interest a day, which is way more than what you get in the bank, way more, right? Let's say for 60 trading days, let's say we trade for 2 months straight, you know, let's say we reinvest 100%, we don't take any withdrawals, and we take off on the weekends. So we're just trading throughout the week. And let's just say for 2 months straight, we hit our percentages. How much money do you think you will have? Now, if you had this in a bank, I can tell you actually how much you will make with it in a bank. So let's go ahead and put in 1%, right? So that's actually way more than what you would have in the bank, because you get less than 1% in the bank. But let's just say you got 181 by keeping in the bank, which is extremely well. With 5% for 60 days of trading, you're looking at taking an account from $100 to $1,800. And that's just 2 months of trading and compounding and building. So I just want to give you guys the vision of the power of compounding, right? So let's just even say for 90 days, 3 months we trades and we took the weekends off, and we're only spending maybe about 30 minutes to an hour on the charts Monday through Friday. Let's see how you can change that $100 up to $8,000 with consistency and compounding. And I know that looks crazy, but believe it or not, there's people in our business and organization that's doing that. So I just wanted to show you guys the platform, how to buy and sell, how to change your prices in your time, how to get into the trades. Once again, this was literally the 775 mark where we would have put in the buy. Let's just say if I would have followed instructions all the way and not have been impatient and took it right there at 775. Every candle is 3 minutes. So this is one candle, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Price would have stopped up here. 775 is up here. We would have won the trade. That's a part of a more experienced trader. Sometimes I jump the gun because I see it before it happens. But once again, like I was saying, timing is so precise. But I just want to show you overall that the products work and it is extremely accurate. So on this note, hopefully you guys got a little bit more familiar with pocket options, and I definitely encourage you guys to do more demo trading, get familiar with the platform, and Muriel's actually going to show you how to get access to the cheat code tool that actually told us exactly when to get in the trade, which is called Hourglass. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to her, and she's going to give you guys the information on how to get access to these tools, and and go ahead and wrap up the call.
Thank you so much, JMO. That was wild how it literally went to that 755 position and just went to the moon. It really is one of the, huh?
So lesson learned, just be a little bit more patient.
A little bit more patient. And that's really an example of how much a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes can change the outcome of your trade. And that patience, one thing that I've learned in being a part of this process is I really strengthened and continue to work on my patience and my persistence and consistency. And that's what one of the things I really, besides making money, that's one of the things I really love about this lifestyle and the network that we're a part of. because these are essential skills to succeed in anything. Folks who are watching this call are likely entrepreneurs, artists, people who have big dreams, but don't necessarily have the resources or the funds to pay for those dreams, right? To actually access the resources needed to actualize those dreams. So if you give me the host, I will share my screen again, Jamero.
All right, you got it.
But thank you so much for going over all of that. I definitely learned a lot. I like how you use the indicators, and I really love that the signal that Hourglass shared with us was so precise. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. And so let's get back on into this. So we've gone through all of this. We've taken a trade. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering how to access Hourglass and be able to see these signals. And so Jamero and I actually invest in our financial intelligence to be able to learn how to do this by being a part of an academy called I Am Academy. So it is an educational platform that gives us access to pre-recorded videos that serve as our curriculum, as well as hundreds of 6, 7, and 8 figure traders who we can get on a live stream with, kind of like Jamero just did, who have years of experience. A lot of times they have anywhere between 8 or more years of experience trading in the foreign exchange market. And again, they have 6, 7, and 8 figure trading accounts, let alone how much they're withdrawing. And these folks are paid to teach us how to trade while also giving us ideas about what trades to take while we're learning live on the call. Let me tell you, this is such a valuable resource. There are a lot of people who are just going YouTube, trying to trade, trying to learn how to trade, and maybe that can help you at least understand concepts. But if you're actually going to start trading in a live account, just learning from YouTube is a great way to lose your money really fast and take a lot longer to actually learn the process, to learn how to read the candlesticks, learn how to recognize the market patterns, to learn about support, resistance, and trend lines, right? To learn the language. It truly is another language. So you can see in this image, there's kind of a calendar towards the right. That is the calendar of traders going live on this streaming platform within I Am Academy, who are teaching while also giving us trade ideas to take at that moment. They are live throughout the entire day, at least 5 days a week, definitely Monday through, really 7 days a week. There are calls 7 days a week. I'll just say that. I personally don't trade 7 days a week in order to manage my discipline, right? But depending on your schedule, if you work a night shift, if you work on the weekends, or if you work during the weekdays, there's always going to be a call accessible and available to you. The strategy that we used, Hourglass, is just one of many. Here is an image of another strategy called Liberty. And within that, there are even more strategies to learn. And each one calls out signals based off of particular confirmation. So when Jamero was like, each trade that the platform calls, that the signal that we're given has a point system. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. The more points is the more confirmations. 1 point is 1 confirmation. 5 points is 5 confirmations that the market is going to go in the direction of the signal that was called. Okay, so having an app or having a platform that tells us what to look for really cuts down on the amount of time that we have to invest to read the market. So I know a lot of folks are worried, well, I don't want to sit in front of a computer for hours trying to look for trades. So this really completely eliminates that. We can make our trading goal for the day in 15, 30 minutes, hour max. I personally don't stay on the charts for longer than about 40, 45 minutes because I tend to make my daily percentage, or at least the percentage for that session, within 30 minutes. Okay. So not only that, we have signals from the same platform, IM Academy, that can be sent to apps that we download on our phone, making it even easier. So it might say, hey, take a buy at this level, and you just enter in that trade, wait for the market to get to that level, you get the signal to your phone, and boom, you can make that money in 3 minutes while you're on your lunch break, right? While you're babysitting your siblings' children, okay? Like while you're on the beach, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can get these signals, you can access the market, you can pull up your broker and enter in a trade. It really makes it super simple while you're actually learning to master how to read the chart, how to mark up your chart. So you've got a both and situation going on. So we do invest in ourselves, invest in this education. There is a startup, which is basically the enrollment fee of $234.95. That is a one-time payment. And then you have a monthly tuition of $174.95. As you can see, if we were to have a little bit more patience and enter in that trade when the signal was called, at the level the signal was called, we would have made 100, and I think the payout was 60, 70%. So we could have made $160, $170 in 3 minutes. That's pretty much your monthly enrollment. That's one single trade. You're probably going to be making 2 to 3 to 5 trades per session. So if we can make the monthly tuition in one trade, I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you are still concerned about the monthly tuition, we do have a scholarship program, and that is our 2 and free program. So say you're trading, you're making money, you're having a lot of fun, you're networking, you're really tapping into the trading calls and utilizing the process, the blueprint that we give you once you're in the academy, and you start to share this with your network, with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers, and show them, right? Because you want to plant the seed just like we are planting the seed for you. Well, the company rewards you for that by waiving your tuition once you've enrolled 2 people. Now that's amazing, because think of how many times you've recommended a restaurant, right? Or recommended an activity, and that business benefits from your recommendation, but you don't benefit from your recommendation. They're not giving you a free dinner, or they're not giving you a free pass because you told your friend and they decided to bring a party of 12 to the restaurant, right? So this company acknowledges you and your recommendation by waiving your tuition. There is an additional piece to make more, even more passive income by becoming an independent business owner within the company. This is completely optional. There are folks who come into trade. There are folks who just want to be an independent business owner within the company. And I would say the vast majority of folks do both, because what you can do is when you start to make a residual income from the company, you can reinvest that money by putting it in your trading account and compounding that money instead of putting the money in that you're trading your time and energy for. So this is a quick snapshot of just a small portion of the residual income you can make. So if you enroll 3 people, if you have 3 people active in your business, then the company pays you $150 per month. Okay, you actually get paid weekly. When you have accumulated 12 people, so those could be 12 personal enrollments, but those could also be the personal enrollments of the 3 people that you brought in. So say you help your 3 people bring in 3 people themselves, they benefit, they start to get paid, and you bump up to the next level and get paid $600 per month or $150 a week. Now, say you help those people enroll 3 people themselves, your whole organization has a total of 30 people. Again, those aren't personal enrollments. You helped other folks in their leadership role build their business, which then also builds your business. And by that point, when you have 30 people enrolled, you get $1,000 per month or $250 a month. Now imagine having $1,000 per month and putting that in your trading account. That's a lot of money you can leverage to take larger trades and get more money in a shorter amount of time. So this is our full compensation plan. We actually max out at $750,000 a month. This image doesn't even show it because somebody built their business so large that they had to create another rank. That is just an example of the fact that this piece of the business is limitless. Okay, the company invests its money back into the company, back into the people, back into the independent business owners and the platform, continuously making upgrades, making the signals more accurate, making the opportunity more beneficial for all of us. So that is all we have for you today. Put some 3s in the chat if you feel like you learned something. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm really happy to see that. I'm glad you all joined us today and that you gave yourself the time to tap in for this past hour to learn about this new skill. And I'm really excited for what you'll do with this information. You know, to be perfectly honest, the majority of people don't act on this. And that's why you don't have, you know, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of millionaires and billionaires, right? So you have to decide, are you going to be part of that 60%? Are you going to be part of that 35% who are still trading their time for money? Or are you going to choose to be the 1% that chooses to act and change their life? So get back to the person that invited you to this call. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can reach out to the person whose channel you're watching it from, but definitely connect with someone, because to access this academy, it's only invitation only. So you really need to be connected with somebody who's already in the business. So thank you so much for showing up and taking notes and receiving the information we've shared tonight. And I hope you have an amazing night, an amazing weekend, and let's make this money, y'all. We taking over the markets.